the city of angels, lonely as I am, together we cry. I drive on the streets 'cause she's my companion. I walk through the hills 'cause she knows who I am. She sees my good deeds and she kisses the windy. And I never worry, now that is a lie. And I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day, but take me to the place I love, take me all the way. And I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day, but take me to the place I love, take me all the way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's hard to believe that there's nobody out there. It's hard to believe that I'm all alone. At least I have her love to see that she loves me. Lonely as I am, together we cry. And I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day, or take me to the place I love, take me all the way. And I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day, or take me to the place I love.
Everybody, episode 34 of The Topic is brought to you by Surge Beat-Based Cycling. Surge transforms your body and mind, as well as boosts your metabolism and, most importantly, builds a community. Excuse me. Surge focuses on high-intensity and low-impact workouts that target all the major muscle groups through a series of challenging sequences, climbs, and sprints, all on a stationary bike. You do it all. For only 45 minutes out of your day, it's just you and the bike. Surge has created a studio room with technology that allow you to focus on yourself. All you have to do is show up. Surge is very official as well. Well, how official? They have their own app called Surge, and this app allows customers to look at class times, look up directions, and see who the instructors are for each class. Along with the great app, they also have their own website where customers can learn more information about scheduling, pricing, and offers. Surge offers discounts to customers who are in school. Also, they have monthly, weekly, and punch card memberships to fit around everyone's busy schedule. If you're incredibly interested and want to get more information, or maybe you even want to purchase a membership, you can reach the owner and operator, Amber, at 720-603-1047 or at amber@surgespin.com. If you want to stop by the place and check it out, they are located at 348 East Bridge Street, Brighton, Colorado 80601. Secondly, we are also brought to you by BDS Metals, a certified welding fabrication company from Brighton, Colorado. The owner and founder of the company, Brock Stricklet, uses horseshoes that are worn and used and then recycled into whatever the customers order. If you're interested in customizing any order or just want to get some more information, you can reach him at 720-951-5505. He's actually making us our own personalized sign, and as soon as we get it, it will be going up right behind Kevin, right up there.
Somewhere in this
Somewhere
vicinity.
We're also brought to you, hands down, the best place to train martial arts, Zingano BJJ Academy, also based in Brighton, Colorado. Zingano provides the best teaching of all MMA styles. They primarily teach Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai, but if you're interested in more, they also do offer wrestling and MMA classes. If you want to find out more information about Zingano, you can reach them at 855-946-4266. If you want to swing by and take a look at the gym, they are located at 2315 Prairie Center Parkway, Brighton, Colorado 80601. Right across from the new opened Crumble Cookie
Bro, I love
So,
crumble.
How can you not?
Delicious.
So go get yourself a cookie and then go burn it off by go train there. All right. I've been training here for the past 4 years now. You can't meet a better group of people, to be honest. I do primarily jiu-jitsu, and not only is it great for your physical health, but it is also great for your mental health.
Mm-hmm.
I really recommend it for anyone who wants to get in shape or just wants to find a new hobby or anything in that arena. So go ahead and check them out, and make sure to mention the Topic Podcast if you do. Thirdly, we are brought to you by Accel Electric, an electrical trade company based out of Brighton, Colorado. Accel Electric has been in business for over 15 years and works both in residential and commercial. If you're looking for an electrician, you can call their main phone number at 303-437-2403. And that is it for our sponsors. Thank you to all of them. We appreciate it very much. It's been a while. It's been, like, a week and a half since we...
It feels like
on?
it's been forever. It's been almost 2 weeks. But
2 weeks, yeah.
Well, I mean, the last one we did was the first, right? First
Mm-hmm.
first
The
first day of the year.
Yep. New Year's Day.
What a 12 days it's been. Tell you what, man. Feels
lot's
like
happened.
a lot.
Sadly. Let's jump right into it.
All right, let's... You gonna ask the questions?
Yeah.
So we did get some questions for some viewers, so we're gonna go ahead and run through those.
A lot of people asked kind of the same question, but we're going to start out with a pretty big thing that, has happened this past week and a half with the U.S. military killing an Iranian general, which is obviously, a pretty big deal. So we've gotten questions, our opinion on it. So the first one we received was from Becky, and she wants our opinion on how we feel about the World War III memes. I'll start. I think they're kind of funny, to be honest. I think they have some humor into it, but some of them are pretty ruthless. But when you really look at the reality of things, it's not really funny to be joking about. We're sending soldiers over there in a pretty stressful time. And I understand, I do it. People like to make jokes and put some humor in there to lighten the mood, which I understand. It's pretty natural reaction, but I think there comes a point where some things cross the line. Mm-hmm. So that's my take on it. How about you?
I mean, if we're just talking about the memes,
the memes, yeah,
I have no problem with them, bro. They're honestly pretty funny, a lot of them. I know. Me and some guys from work were talking about it the other day. Did I tell you about this?
Mm-mm.
We were talking about it the other day, and we were talking about the memes, and I had said, "Man, these Iran memes are really blowing up." And a second kind of pause, and I was like, "That wasn't a pun," and they all kind of laughed, and I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna tweet that."
I was gonna say, did you tweet it? Yeah,
I was like, That's pretty funny. I did not even mean to say that though, but it just kind of came out like that. But
like some of them,
little stuff like that.
Some of them are hilarious. Like some of the ones on TikTok are pretty funny.
There's a lot about
I'm sorry, I just admitted to that.
There's a lot. Hey, we made a TikTok last night.
We did make a TikTok. Go check it out, Kevin Gallegos.
My TikTok is at @K_Galley.
There you go.
Go peep it. What was I just gonna say?
Yes.
A lot of them are about getting drafted.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
So when in the NFL draft, like the music in the background, like I can't even
like
do
the bell.
Yeah, exactly.
Goes, dun, dun,
so
dun.
there's I don't know if I've sent it to you, but Jacob sent it to me. It was that in the background, and then Donald Trump walking up to the podium, and like with the first pick in the 2020 World War III draft. Donald Trump selects.
The U.S. Army selects Tucker Reichow. Oh.
Ow, that did not look good on his leg.
But, and if for anyone that is confused, we're watching the NFC divisional game with the Packers and Seahawks right now. So,
if you're watching the live stream right now, check out this jersey and just know that I'm a Packers fan now because my brother and dad are.
And because the Saints are out.
Exactly.
Nah.
So like if the Packers were out, my family would all root for the Saints. So like my team's out, my mom's team's out, so we're rooting for.
Who's your mom's team?
Broncos.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
nice.
Denver. Yep.
That girl.
Damn. 14 seconds left.
Is that who does Clay Matthews play for now?
L.A. Rams.
That's right.
Oh, you think he regrets that at all?
I mean,
leaving Green
he's
Bay?
making millions of dollars a year and living in LA, and he already has a couple Super Bowls.
He's got one Super Bowl.
One Super Bowl, so I think he's okay with it.
I wouldn't be, dude. They went 9-7.
That's not horrible, you know.
I mean, they didn't make the playoffs though.
Yeah, but he's making millions of
True,
dollars.
I mean,
living
true.
around.
You got to think about that.
You think about it, like Clay Matthews, the long hair, like surfer vibe. I guarantee you, he's loving it down there in LA,
yeah.
bro. You know what I mean?
But I mean, I feel like he'll always be known as a Packer. You know.
Oh yeah.
Just like Brett Favre. No one thinks of him as a Viking.
Or Jet. Anyway, we talked about the Iran memes.
Yeah, they're pretty funny. Some of them are funny. The drafts are funny though.
Yeah, the draft.
Or have you seen the one where there was when a Fortnite player is in the battlefield and he tries to build?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there would be a draft if we did go to World War III.
No, we have way too.
There's so many people in the military.
Not too many, but we have a lot of people.
Well, I mean, and I don't think we really like the draft. Like people, it was like very. I don't want to say primitive, but like the way they battled was crazy, bro. They would just send hella people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like they don't do that anymore. We have have planes that don't fly them. That could be flown without people in them.
Well, the reason they even had drafts was because no one wanted to enlist, so they had to have a draft so they could have an army.
But so many since World War II though, and everybody.
I think the last draft was 71
for Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Korean War or something.
I can't remember. I think it was 71 or 72. 21 3.5.
But now, especially, there's so many benefits to joining the military that a draft isn't even really needed. Yeah. Unless they would get to some crazy circumstance, but I doubt it. And plus, we just have a lot better technology that we could efficiently fight wars. You know what I mean? That's so like weird to say, though. I feel like we got more efficient at killing people when we don't. You know what I mean? Like
right.
It's the truth, though.
Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Trying to pretty much the same question or same arena. Jill asked, "What's our opinion on the situation in Iran?" So I mean, I
don't know, man.
I think it's really sensitive. Not sensitive, but it's not touchy. I can't think of the word.
It's difficult to talk about because it's so easy to go either way.
What's your opinion on it?
Well, it's weird because like, do you want a war? And like, no, obviously no one wants a war. You know what I mean? But like, I think the way it ended up happening, where, you kill this leader who was killing a bunch of Americans.
Yeah, he was a terrorist.
And this whole country gets. Have you seen the videos of his funeral? There was like like millions of people at his funeral. But anyway,
for a terrorist, huh?
The retaliation was a bombing at a U.S. Army. I think it was a coalition base, but a U.S. base that no one got killed. I think like 16 people got injured, and then it ends at that.
Do you think it'll end at that?
I'm pretty sure they didn't like sign a peace treaty or anything, but I think they kind of just said, okay, we're just gonna kind of chill out. Well, Iran did, but all the U.S. is doing now to stop escalation is they're adding they're sanctioning them. So they do like political and trade restrictions and stuff like that to make it harder for the country. So they won't retaliate anymore if we keep doing that, which is what we could have done in the first place. But the fact that we got it done and got the general or whatever killed, it's the best possible way it could have happened. I did not think it would happen like that.
Do you follow Trump on Twitter?
Yeah, I don't.
Do you see what he keeps tweeting about?
I guess Arabic.
Yeah, I saw that. But the Iran's killing their protesters.
Yeah, I don't.
What's that about?
I don't know, bro. It's so hard to keep up with everything, bro. Like to get like full knowledge about it, you have to be so committed into it. And I'm really not political at all. I don't.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't keep up with everything, but I did see the tweets about it. Donald Trump's tweets now, bro. I scroll past and I'll like skim them. And be like, yeah. Okay, next. You know what I mean?
Since we're not very political, Jill also asked, what are our opinions on the 2020 election? Trump's going to win. That's my opinion.
Probably. Whoever wins,
there's
wins.
There's no one in... What do you say?
Whoever wins, wins. Have you noticed that? Have you started living your life differently since Trump was elected? Like, have you noticed your life changed because Obama's not a president anymore?
No.
No, me either. So.
Well, I mean, also, Trump was elected when we were 15.
Yeah.
You know?
And that,
or 14.
I was 15.
Yeah, we were 15.
Zach was 16.
Yeah.
Just turned 16.
I just think, I don't know. I don't have a very big opinion on it. I know it's a big. I mean, we should acquire more knowledge on it, but to be honest, I care for it, but I'm not going to go deep into it.
Well, if you think about it, what does the president really do? Like, what is the president's job?
He's the title running the country.
Pretty much. But, I mean, he doesn't do as much as people think he does.
Yeah.
You know, like passing legislation. A lot of the legislation that gets passed through him is not legislation that he scribed or penned or made up. You know what I mean?
Right.
So when he gets credit for passing these bills, like, sure, they're bills that were great to have passed, but I mean, at the end of the day, he signed the bottom of the paper. You know what I mean? These were bills that were drafted and made in Congress and went through the Senate, or it might be the other way around. The House, but they went through Congress. So the Senate and the House, or the House and then the Senate and then the president, because that's the process of a bill. You know, remember that stupid
video that we saw, and
I just remembered that. But anyway, so at the end of the day, you know, he signs it, and he gets a lot of credit for passing it, which it's not always necessarily his doing, but good for passing them either way if they're good bills. And so that is one of the major things he does. And then a lot of it is just foreign relations. So he's essentially a spokesperson for the country. And it's just so a total representation of what the country is. And as far as attitude for what Donald Trump stands for, is I could get down with it. You know what I mean? A very like, don't mess with us type of environment. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I don't think we have a president like that in a while.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Bush kind of was, but
true.
Yeah. But one thing I don't like about Trump as a president is he's very he's very foolish, as in like I mean, I guess you could say controversial. He is controversial, and it just kind of is a poor representation of America. You know what I mean? When he's making fun of disabled people and stuff like that. But
he says a lot of stupid stuff.
Yeah, pretty much.
If he just kept his mouth shut, he wouldn't be getting, you know, all the hate that he does. He does receive.
Another thing I was gonna say. Oh, he's not very. He's not a politician. So
he's a businessman.
Yeah, but the reason he exactly, because the reason he got impeached was, I don't know if a lot of people know, it was he had pretty much threatened bad consequences against somebody if they didn't release information on Joe Biden.
Yeah, abuse of power.
Yep. So if he would have worded his words differently, it wouldn't have even been a problem. But he comes from the business world, and he's used to exercising his power in a business manner and not a political manner, to where you have to do it as a little more sensitive. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's the reason that he got impeached, which is, it's really not that big of a deal. But they were looking for something to get him on. They got him on it.
That's the thing is, you know, the Democratic Party, ever since the second he got elected, they've been looking for a way to making up an excuse for him to get impeached, and they finally found that. You know,
so I mean, all in all, it was a mistake as him as a politician. It wasn't necessarily a bad thing morally for him to do, because politicians do it all the time. But what else was I just gonna say? Oh, and another thing that was kind of weird, and that just kind of shows that he's not a politician. Like, you know what I mean? He doesn't. You could tell he doesn't practice politics. As he when you kill a general like that for Iran, like, all that has to go through Congress. And so I think a piece of legislation that was just passed recently, like, they pretty much said that if he were to do that again, he would have to go through Congress, or else he could get another impeachment. So,
like, all right, nothing's gonna happen.
But if he did do that again and got another impeachment, then it would go to the Senate, and then, like, there would be a higher risk of him getting voted out of office for that.
Yeah.
So that's just like what was even the question? The 2020 election. But yeah, I think Trump will probably win again.
Yeah. But Jimmy wants us to talk about the Ukrainian airline that got shut down because they thought it was a U.S. airline. I don't think
we talked about this kind of the other day, and I thought I looked into it more. I was reading an article from March
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, but it's funny because it was the same jet model, but a different like a different variation of it. So it was still a Boeing 737, but that's why I think I got a little confused. But yeah, they shot down. I mean, at the end of the day, 137 or whatever the number was, innocent people were killed by Iranian government.
Well,
So.
Right. Well, and if see, I didn't hear about the fact that they thought it was a U.S. plane. I didn't know that.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I guess I probably could have put two and two together. But anyway, I feel like with that happening, Iran's kind of poking at a bear,
Mm-hmm.
and seeing what's going to happen, and eventually, sooner or later, hopefully not, Trump's going to snap back and do something crazy.
I mean,
Hopefully not, because we don't.
Then it starts a whole other chain reaction.
Because you don't want.
Things.
I mean, I don't think any country in the world wants to go to war with the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the U.S. wants to fight anyone. But if we need to, we can. That's the thing.
Did you hear what that general for the U.S. said?
Yes, dude. It was
That's
badass.
pretty much exactly what you just
was
said.
sweet.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, he
That's
said.
straight ruthless, bro.
Yeah, he said.
I don't want.
We don't want war, but I can promise you one thing: if we do go to war, your children will be raised by different.
Someone else will have to raise your children.
Exactly. What
a ruthless,
Ballsy.
perfectly worded thing to say.
All right, let's move on. Next question. Okay, we got a lot of questions about the Australian fires, so we'll just talk about that. What was honestly,
The cause?
yeah, was it just
Drought and
I
heat.
was gonna say, because climate change is the next question.
Because it's just a natural wildfire, but
I think it's awful. I mean, there's not really much
there's nothing you could do,
you can't do
bro.
for climate change. There's no way to. I mean, there's a way to slow it down, but
As far as the
ultimately,
fires, like something to do right now, like literally you have to fight it and let it
I wonder
burn.
what the statistic is on how many animals have died.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's crazy. It's sad. I mean, are they still on fire?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Would you see? Like a few days ago, there was like dozens of American firefighters that traveled down Australia to fight the fires, which I thought was really cool. And there's a bunch of stuff, donate to Australia. And I find funny, not to be, rude, but when I see all these girls posting on their stories about the turtles and about the fires, I'm saying, hey, we all know about it. What are you doing by posting it on your Instagram story? You're not helping the cause.
What are we
It's
doing
already
by
known.
talking about it?
It's already known. I mean, you and I are just talking about it, but
yeah.
I mean, when they post on their story, I think it's quite funny.
I mean, it's just
I don't do that.
It's odd because like should there be awareness for it? Yeah, but once you get to what are we gonna do? Fly
What are we
over there
gonna
and
do?
fight the fire?
I was gonna say, what are us 18-year-olds gonna do here in America? Gonna do right now for
Dog, did you hear what
I can't do anything for him right now.
Did you hear what Jorge Masvidal said? He's going to Australia for something, and he's going to be down there anyway. But when he's down there, he said he'd like to go help out and fight the fires.
See, that's
if I had the tools and resources,
exactly.
and
Like if you were,
I'd go.
if you were wealthy and you were already a public figure, then I think you have the opportunity and the money and the time possibly to step in and help the cause. You know what I'm saying? Unlike me, I don't.
And
you just said, what are we gonna do? Go buy plane ticket to Australia and then.
And I really don't know the whole thing behind. Like I don't know where it's burning, how bad it's burning.
I don't know a
stuff
lot
like
of
that.
it either. Yeah, it's sad. I'll tell you that much.
It's just crazy, and I don't know. Like I don't know what you could do to stop it either. I mean, I know you could fight fires but
right. That's where fire science comes in.
People make it seem like there's something that could be done dramatically to stop it now, and that's why they're posting on their Instagram stories or whatever. But I know there was a couple of girls who were selling their nudes for did you see that? No, some girl raised $200,000 selling her nudes and donated it to.
See, that's a cause right there.
I've thought about doing that too. If you guys have any questions you guys want answered live, you could go ahead and comment on the YouTube video and we'll answer them, by the way.
Yeah,
we haven't
go for it. That's I tweeted that earlier about the commenting live, and then Rachel just asked us. I guess we just kind of touched upon it, but about climate change. It's a real thing.
We've talked about climate change quite a bit before.
Yeah, we have. I feel like we've kind of said our piece on it multiple times.
There is a book that I'm reading called The Uninhabitable Earth by David Wallace Wells. There's also a podcast where he kind of goes over it briefly, Joe Rogan podcast with David Wallace Wells, and it gives a great insight on climate change and how many people are affected by it.
You take away from it?
Yeah, it's 9 million people die each year from climate change or from
that's right.
pollution.
That's right. You told me that.
And a lot of people kind of dismiss that, and if you look at how many overhanging effects that pollution has, I mean, like it's crazy. I mean, think about how many people, like how many. So why do kids in Africa not have food?
Limited resources.
Like water, and just they can't grow food on their land.
Right. Exactly.
And a lot of that is because of pollution. A lot of that is because of heat.
Well, also, don't you think it's because of where they're at, agricultural?
Yeah, but places like that used to be.
You're right.
I mean, think about that's where the first civilizations are. How did those civilizations get there if you can't grow food there now? Like Egypt, bro. That's like one of the hugest first civilizations, and there's not many animals there, so they had to have been growing food. And then now you can't grow no food in Egypt. You know what I mean? Which is kind of weird to think about. Like think about that's where so many people lived before and around the pyramids, and they got food and water, and now they can't. I'd love to go see the pyramids, man.
Yeah, top destination to go. All right, let's move on. I'm trying to think about how we want to talk about these. Okay, let's talk about football for a little bit before we get to big. Jenna asked who wins the Super Bowl. I think. Well, right now we're watching the Seahawks-Packer game, and the Packers are up 21-3 at half. If Green Bay sticks this one through, they'll play San Francisco in San Fran, and I don't know if I see them beating 49ers. I don't know.
I see if this game finishes the way it does, I see the 49ers not winning the Super Bowl, going to the Super Bowl, because if the Seahawks were to win, I think they have a stronger linebacker core, and they have a stronger chance of beating the inside run and the inside pass. Like 49ers like to run so often. Because think about their offensive threats. They have Matt Breida, Tevin Coleman. Is that homeboy's name?
Devin Coleman, yeah.
That went off. I think it's Tevin.
Tevin? You might.
I could be wrong. It could be Devin.
Yeah,
and then Emmanuel Sanders and George Kittle. I mean, those are some inside players.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But how reliable is Garoppolo? That's a real thing. Is he? I mean, he's a reliable QB, yeah, sure, but he didn't play very good the other night.
Against the Vikings?
Yeah, he played decent.
I mean, I thought he did pretty damn good, bro.
They ran the ball a lot, actually, though.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you're playing against against Green Bay, they have a solid defense. They have a good secondary, and they have a good defensive line. And they have an okay linebacker crew.
Who does, Seattle?
Green Bay.
Oh, yeah. Green Bay has a very weak...
Zadarius Smith is okay. I mean, I'm sorry, no, he's very good, but I don't know if he plays linebacker. I think he's DN. And then you have Blake Martinez, who's just... Trash, bro.
That's my biggest concern is Blake Martinez.
Yeah.
Because Blake Martinez is going to get George Kittle on him, more than likely.
Maybe you put Zadarius Smith on him, and then you bring in Blake Martinez as a not QB spy, I'm sorry, in the zone or blitz.
Well, one of those things. It's one of those things that's weird for me is the position of outside linebackers and DNs. What's the difference?
Right, because
like if you
Von
think about,
Miller is his position as an outside linebacker, right? But he lines up as a D end, right?
Yeah,
same thing with Cam Jordan.
It's the same thing with Khalil Mack.
I think with like Cameron Jordan can really only play D line. He can't really cover. But like Von Miller and Khalil Mack and like Bradley Chubb, they can all kind of drop back into coverage. Only gets a tight end or tailback.
I think Bradley Chubb's not listed as a D end.
He's not, or he is.
He is.
He is.
I think they should change the position to an edge rusher, or just edge.
Edge, yeah.
You know,
2D tackles.
Because Watt drops back in coverage sometimes too.
Yeah, true. JJ Watt's a stud. Dude, that's the only thing about the Texans losing today. I wanted him to get one.
Deshaun,
Yeah,
bro,
true.
Deshaun is bro.
He's a
I love
stud.
Deshaun Watson.
He's a stud, bro.
Great quarterback to build an organization around too.
Yep. Him and Mahomes, 3-year man.
I'm excited for Drew Lock. I don't know if you heard this yet. Broncos fired the offensive
I didn't hear
coordinator,
that.
Rich. Did
Yep.
you hear who they hired?
They already hired someone. Who?
Pat Shermer,
Who's that?
offensive coordinator for the Vikings for 3 years.
No, the Browns just signed him as the head coach.
Pat Shermer,
Mm-hmm.
Browns. He was the head coach of the Browns in like 2015. He's the one who made Nick Foles and Case Keenum look like beasts. No, that's what.
No, I know. Yeah.
But no, yeah. Browns signed somebody else. I feel like maybe they haven't signed anybody yet. Still,
Offensive coordinator for the Vikings, Kevin Stefanski.
that's who they signed. That's who
Yeah.
the Browns signed.
Yeah. I thought it was from Minnesota. So then let's go to the AFC side. You have Tennessee, who knocked off Tom Brady and the Patriots at Gillette Stadium, and they travel to Baltimore and knock off the number 1 seed in Lamar Jackson. How crazy is that? Who would have guessed that?
Bro, last
Not
night
me.
we were like, oh my goodness. Damn, that was a good spot. But anyway, he's hurt. Anyway, I did not think the Giants would
dude.
win, bro. You kidding me?
Well, you thought the only way that they could win is if they keep Lamar contained, and they did a good job at doing that.
Or if Lamar Jackson gets hurt. And to be honest, if like rethinking about the game, did they keep Lamar contained, or did the rest of the Ravens play like garbage? Dropped passes, horrible blocking. Think about how many times he was pressured in the pocket and none of his receivers got open.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Lamar didn't have a bad game. He didn't throw many picks.
But then also, you got to look at the other side of the ball. You got to look at defense. Ravens were a top 5 defense this year.
Yep.
And then they gave up 28 points, was it?
Too many.
Something like that. I mean, like when Derrick Henry stiff-armed Earl Thomas and made him spin into a lead blocker.
Bro.
Dude, that was hilarious. But I mean, look, Tennessee's not a team you want to play right now. They're hot.
Yeah.
You got the best running back in the league. You have a solid defense. You have a young, hungry QB, and a ballsy coaching staff who are willing to put it all on the line, as we've seen in the past. So I think it's gonna be interesting when they play Kansas City next week.
Bro, think about
It's a toss-up.
Think about the game today though too. I mean that was 24 points in the first quarter, and then the second quarter
And then it's 41.
the rest of the game they went on a 51-7 run.
I know that is
freaking
insane, bro.
But
it's
I mean, like,
that's
what can you
absurd,
say?
dude. I mean, you had to think Patrick Mahomes and that offense was going to get going sooner or later.
I didn't think they were gonna get going like that though.
Oh, not that quick.
3 touchdowns in 3 minutes.
I thought they would slowly work their way into it, and it was going to be like a 31-24 ball game.
Me and my grandpa were watching it, bro.
Mhm.
He likes the Chiefs. He was
Yeah.
losing his mind, bro.
My mom and I went to Copperell,
Mhm.
and there's a bunch of Chiefs fans there.
Really?
Yeah, a lot, like probably a dozen.
What I found about fans that aren't fans of local teams is they travel in packs and they all watch the games together.
Yeah.
Fun fact, every time the 49ers play, the place by Crumble and what's it called? Summit?
Oh, yeah.
They all go
Yeah.
to Summit and watch the games.
Really?
I'm friends with one of them, and like every Sunday or every time the 49ers play, he'll post post videos of all of them. He actually went to the game at not Candlestick, at Levi Stadium yesterday.
Dude. You know how fun that would be?
He bought one of Ollie's brothers.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Beto, shout out to Beto. I went to school with him, and bro, he's just such a hardworking guy, dude. I might see if he wants to come on. He'd be a great. Oh, dude, Beto's dope. Okay, anyway.
No, you're good.
But
like, I don't know, dude. This is a toss up.
let me tell you something, dog. Let me let you in on something. Last 3 teams in the AFC: Titans, Chiefs, Texans.
Mm-hmm.
Guess who beat all of those teams this year?
Denver.
The Broncos. The
Damn.
Broncos beat the Texans at home.
7-9.
Beat the Titans. Beat the Chiefs. We're winning Super Bowl next year.
Dude, they're gonna be good in the future. These next few years are
Drew
very
Lock.
important.
We got such a young offense, bro. Plus,
Sorry, I'm
4th and 1
fourth
at the 4 for the
You gotta
Seahawks.
give it to Marshawn. Of course you do.
Oh.
Of course they don't.
Oh.
Okay, well,
Is he in?
I don't think he got in. No, he
Now
looks
you give
like
it
a
to
yard
Marshawn.
short. Yeah, now you give it to Marshawn.
Marshawn needs to lay off the Skittles, dog. He's looking big.
I know, dude. He's still quick, though. Still got those quick feet.
So we got the 49ers going from the NFC side more than likely. Who do we got going to the AFC side?
You know, dude, I want to say Tennessee.
Really?
I just think Tennessee, the way they've been running the ball, and the way that, I don't know, man, the Chiefs' defense looked really good, though, after the first quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Only give up 7 points the rest of the game.
I mean,
It's
Chiefs'
all an
defense-
if. It's an if.
the Chiefs' defense looked great all day today.
Yeah,
Think about how the Texans scored. You know what I mean?
True, they had a muff punt
The muff punt, which was
by Tyreek Hill
by
at
Tyreek
the
Hill.
5-yard line,
and then the blocked punt, which was a touchdown.
and then the wide open 50-yard bomb,
Mm-hmm.
which was probably just a miscommunication, you know.
But
Oh, he did get in.
think about Tyrann Mathieu. You know what I mean,
The Honey Badger.
bro? I'm obsessed with Tyrann Mathieu.
But
bro.
like, let's look at who they played. Like, New England was the number one defense in almost all categories, and that dude rushed for 180 yards. And then you go play against Baltimore, who was a top 5 defense in Baltimore, and ran and had a total of 220 yards and a passing touchdown. And that solid defense, bro. That solid defense, like, that defense has given up only like a combined like 30 points the last 2 games.
Titans defense.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna look it up because I'm curious.
One thing I'm concerned about too is the passing situation for the Titans, because they can't just be dependent on running the ball.
I don't know. Even though they've done it twice.
I guess you're right.
13 and 12 points. So,
do you have the Titans or the Chiefs beating the 49ers though?
I see the Chiefs beating the 49ers, but I don't see the Titans beating the 49ers.
Isn't that an odd thing? You know
Like
what I mean?
just like this game. Like, I can see Seattle beating
The 49ers, but not the
I
Packers.
have a hard time seeing if Green Bay can play solid on defense and Aaron Rodgers plays his best game all season, then Green Bay wins. But like I said earlier, this is such an if case.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, well, what if Derrick Henry, goes off? Well, then they probably win. But what if they hold him? Because we haven't seen the Titans' passing offense been really implemented yet because they haven't had to. Like Derrick Henry.
And isn't it funny how Ryan Tannehill gets so much credit for coming in this year? And
Okay, he did do a lot in the second half of the season. He had like this. I think he had the best quarterback rating.
you get great quarterback ratings when your running back's putting up.
I mean, you're not wrong, but he played solid, bro. You can't deny that. He
Mhm.
played very good for coming in at 1-4. Then they go 9-7. You got to give him credit where credit's due.
What do you think Mariota goes?
Oh my God, Canadian Football League. That dude sucks.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Broncos sign him.
God, I would not want him on my team.
A good, decent.
What, like kind of a Taysom Hill?
No, a backup, a good locker room buddy for Drew Lock.
Dude, Marcus Mariota hasn't done anything in his career besides one playoff fluke win. Like, dude, he hasn't done anything. He's the second pick in the draft, and him and Jameis Winston have been busts so far.
Jameis Winston isn't horrible. He just very...
Dude, he had 30 picks this year. 30 and 30. I mean, sure, he did pass for 5,000 yards, but he had 30 and
picks
30.
and 30 touchdowns.
Which is horrendous.
I think a lot of that is his line, though, to be honest.
A lot of that's poor
He had
decision
no
making.
time, yeah.
The line's not an excuse. Look at Deshaun Watson, bro. He's got a horrible line, and that dude put up numbers this year. I just don't think Jameis Winston's very good. He's asking. I saw this meme. He's asking for $30 million per year, $1 million for every pick he throws.
That's pretty good.
So all right, Super Bowl picks go.
49ers,
And
Titans.
I think I'm gonna go.
49ers winning.
I'm going Packers and Titans, 24-17. Packers win the Super Bowl this year.
Bro, you just said if the Packers go to
I'm saying they're gonna.
You just said if the Packers win, they're not going to beat the 49ers.
I just changed my mind. I thought about it. I thought about how good their defense looks and how Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams are in the backfield, and they got Jimmy Graham and Devontae Adams, and then you have Aaron Rodgers, most talented QB ever. Look at that. What did I just say?
Oh, goodness.
It's going to be interesting. Real quick before we move on, since the national championship's tomorrow, who do you got in that game?
LSU.
Oh, yeah. How can you not? Let's do a score.
Damn, bro. 49-35.
49-35. Holy shit. I'm going to say 38-35 LSU. Joe Burrow gets MVP.
38-35? That's a close game, but
Dude, Clemson's got a good defense. They're not playing Oklahoma, okay? Like, Oklahoma was lucky to be in there.
remember
I think, at least.
Bro, you know it was such a great game last year for the NFL? Chiefs and Rams.
Oh, yeah, Monday Night Football.
That was one of my favorite games ever. Was it? I think it was Thursday because they were in the Color Rush. Those Color Rush jerseys.
It was Monday, dude. You want to look it up?
Yeah, bro.
I know it's Monday night.
Thursday. All right, bro. Let's see. Chiefs.
I remember because I was at dinner.
Rams. 2018.
Monday night, bro. I remember the commentator.
Who's the commentator?
The one who's on Monday Night Football. Troy Aikman and what's his name? Troy Aikman and
Thursday night football game.
I swear to no, it's not.
Look, bro. It was Monday. It was a Monday night game.
That.
Tucker's right. Oh,
shit.
Packers.
Devontae Adams' second TD of the game. Now it's what, 28-10? Or 20, I have to make the PAT.
We can make PATs.
All right, one more question. If you could have been at any game this playoff week, where would you want to go?
I'm sorry. Damn. Probably this one, bro.
I would say
this one or the Chiefs.
I would
one.
say there or Arrowhead, yeah.
Arrowhead. Yeah.
The loudest stadium in the league.
Coming back down 24 nothing to go on a 51-7 run.
I was talking
to
yeah, he made it. I was talking to this guy named buddy of mine named Sean, who I was supposed to be roommates at KU with, and he's obviously a Kansas City fan. His dad has season tickets.
Nice.
And I was talking to him about the game while it was going on, and he was like, I was like, how's the atmosphere, bro? He's like, I've never been to a game like this. He said, yeah, I even went to the AFC Championship game last year, and this atmosphere is crazier than the one last year. I was like, damn. You know it's going to be rocking next week.
Bro.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
There's two.
Tough game.
There's a couple. I would love to go to a Seattle home game, and I'd love to go to a Chiefs home game.
Bucket list is go to the Superdome.
Yeah.
I would love to see New Orleans play a game.
What is this?
That's Harley Quinn, yeah.
They're making a Harley Quinn movie?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
All right, moving on. Matei asked, why are we doing a podcast, and what are our goals with it this year?
Well, why aren't you doing a podcast, Mateo?
Everyone should do a podcast. Express your opinion.
They're easy. They're fun.
Everyone can do it.
They build you as a person.
Yeah.
I don't think everybody could do it, to be honest.
Yeah, true. I take that back.
I think everybody could eventually do it, but not everybody thinks they could do it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah. What are our plans with it this year? Expand, just grow, exploit.
Exploit? What do you want to exploit? Damn, we just turned into what is it?
What's that?
We just turned into conspiracy theory podcast. Dude.
I guess not necessarily exploit. I guess expose us more. That's the word I'm looking for.
Expanding, and growing, but just like
keep it consistent.
Yeah. I don't know, man. These podcasts are such a great thing to do.
I do want to
like
get
just
more
for
people
myself,
on here.
just like yeah. But even just for myself, like I love doing these, bro. Like if nobody watched, I wouldn't care. It's so dope just coming in here and sitting and talking like this. I mean, I'm glad people watched, and I thank all you guys because it does make it a little more worth it. But
yeah, it does. All right, next question we got from Taylor Todd. What is our 5-year plan? You want to start that one off, or do you want me to?
Damn, bro.
5-year plan?
I feel like this is something we always talk about and think about, but it's always
changes. It always changes.
But 5-year plan. Just stay in school, and then I'm gonna see what I could do the summer that I get my associates, which is 2 years. But if I could get something good there, then I'll just work with an associates and experience, because I have some pretty decent experience already. But if I could just get a foundation with an associates and build my way into better jobs with the experience and stuff, I'd love to do that. But if not, I could see myself going the other 2 years to get my bachelor's in the future. Or
why don't you just get your bachelor's now? Why
well,
would you?
I probably will. We'll see what happens. But if I could get a decent job, you know what I mean, and not waste 2 years of my life.
Yeah.
But if I did get my bachelor's, within 10 years from now, if I did get my bachelor's, I would like to get my master's as well, my MBA.
Oh, so you want to get in business, but do you want to minor in anything? Because, I mean, business is kind of a...
broad category.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind minoring in marketing.
Okay. Damn, I'm in the room. I don't know. My 5-year plan, I have no idea. I know one thing. One thing I know, I don't want to go to school anymore.
Really?
I don't want to at all. No, it's a waste of time and money. And I feel like I could be doing a lot more.
Are you going to finish your 2 or anything?
I'm going to finish this year for sure. We'll see how this year goes, or this semester goes.
If you're doing this year, I would might as well just finish your 2.
Associates. See, I thought about that, but then also it's kind of like there's not a lot you can do with associates right now.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, like if I were to get my associates, if I were to get my associates and wanted to go get my bachelor's later on, I'd be behind the curve. I'd be behind the game, to say.
But if you just did 1 year of school and wanted to get your associates or your bachelor's later on, then you're another year behind the curve.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's the thing.
You already spent all this time and money for 1 year. You might as well just get something out of it with 2.
Right. So, yeah, that's a good point. But, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see how the semester goes. I'm taking a pretty wide variety of classes. So, we'll just see how I feel. And I just don't think school's for me. I think there's a lot of things that I can do.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to travel, but in work, like, I don't know how accurate this is. It probably is pretty accurate because my dad was telling me about it. But my dad used to work with this one dude in construction, and I can't remember his name, but he got offered to go to Afghanistan and do labor there, and he had all expenses paid for, his housing, his food, his per diem. All he was doing obviously was putting in 6 or 7 days of hard labor, but he got paid like $150 plus, which I think would be really cool, but maybe not Afghanistan.
There's
maybe not there.
There's a high demand for truck drivers out there, like oil tankers.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
And they pay ridiculous, bro.
And I've always kind of wanted to.
My uncle had thought about doing that.
Yeah, I've always wanted to try out the oil field. That still interests me a lot. I think I would want to try it out, but I also know that the industry is never it's never a given. There's never a given that you're gonna have a job the next day.
It's just
pretty
always
up and
changing.
down. Exactly.
Well, I mean, one day you're on a oil site, and then the next it's out of oil, and you get moved 100 miles away.
Exactly. That's what. Well, I know a lot of our family friends who are in the oil industry, they travel a lot and they're not home. Like they do certain amount of weeks on and a certain amount of weeks off. Like 3 on, 3 off or something like that. I can't remember.
That's what Daniel's brother does, Anthony.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his older brother.
Yeah.
And he's in Texas. They're in New Mexico.
Damn, really?
But he works in Texas. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong on that.
See, that's interesting to me though.
What's that?
Like, just the oil industry, because, excuse me, I mean, you're making pretty good money most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could do that you don't have to do it forever, obviously. I don't know. I think there's just a lot in the air.
Well, I mean, the money's good, but you can't do it forever, and moving up and stuff like that is
hard,
damn near impossible, especially when you're working in the oil fields. Like, you can't go to school and work in the oil fields, you know what I mean?
Oh, no.
And to move up, you have to have a degree, but they're not even looking at guys on rigs to advance to the business side of it. So the best way to get to make money in the oil industry is to get a degree and try to, because they're always hiring like budgeting or business management people to work with oil fields too. So, and they get paid way better and they work way less.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So money's definitely in oil, but it's not in laboring every day.
True that.
But I mean, as of for right now, That would be an amazing job.
What?
Working in the oil fields. I mean, because we're young, we could do it. We could, you know what I mean? And
Right,
it is
exactly.
great money.
It's pretty goddamn.
But
goddamn good money.
you can't do it forever, and it's hard
No.
It's hard. I feel like there's no balance in that, because you are working every day. But what happens? Is you get hurt. What happens when you're too old to do that? You know what I mean? Then
Right,
what do you
exactly.
do? Then you're 30 years old with 10 years of oil field experience, of labor experience, and
But you
nothing
never-
else.
Right, you just stayed.
Yep.
Stayed neutral. And also another thing I was talking to my mom and sister is I think one of my biggest fears with a career is just, getting bored with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, I feel like there's no way to not get bored in your career if you're doing it your whole life. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's funny is the other day, the day before New Year's Eve, at work. So at work I drive a forklift all day, and I was like, damn, this is cool. I'll never get tired of this. On Thursday they were like, hey, you want to go clean out some of the trailers and just do the trashes? I got so excited.
To
I was like, you mean I'm gonna do something different today? Hell yeah, I'll go do the trashes. You kidding me? And it just made me think of how much I hate my job. But
Oh, Jesus.
well, I mean, like it's a cool job for now, but you know what I
know
mean?
what you mean, yeah.
But
it just makes me think about how much I
like,
hate my job.
I got excited to do trashes. But,
yeah.
That I just kind of piggybacked off what you said about you're always gonna get bored of something, but yeah, you're right, but there's a lot of industries where it's not just a 9 through 5 crunching numbers every day type of deal. You know what I mean? And some of that is some of that's necessary to get where you want to be. There's a lot of necessary evils in this world and things that you just have to kind of do to get where you want to be. You can't just wake up one day and be teleported to living in Bali, Indonesia.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
having
you
the
gotta
time
work
of your
for it.
life with. You gotta go.
Yeah,
You gotta go
work
through the
for it.
ringer.
Yeah, exactly. You got to work for it. Did you get
Like-
that first time?
Like the job I was telling you about, possibly.
Yeah.
That would. I don't think that would be the most exciting career, but it's an opportunity.
Right now it is.
and
Yeah, exactly.
If I get experience as an 18-year-old, you know what I mean, and work there you figure I worked there for 5 years. I'm 23 years old and I have 5 years experience in a job.
You're right.
That's insane. Most people are coming out of college at that time, and I already have. I mean, jobs are hiring with experience too. I mean, a degree. If someone had a 4-year degree or 4 years experience, I'm hiring the experienced guy 9 times
Exactly.
out of 10.
Yeah, we've had in my journalism class we had a bunch of guest speakers, and one of the guest speakers was a guy who helps students, get like internships and jobs while in school.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying when people get out of college, they're looking for, we need a bachelor or a master's degree, but then we need at least a year or longer of experience before we can even hire you.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, shit.
Well, I mean,
I was like, damn.
that's one of those things too. Is kind of just BSing your resume. Cause some of the things that I've done, you could count as experience.
Right.
Like, I worked at Jack in the Box for 2 years. If
Mhm.
they wanted 2 years customer service, I count
have
that. If
that.
they wanted 2 years in sales, I count that. If you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of manipulating what you've been given, manipulating your resources, I guess, is a way to say it. But I feel like how you represent yourself is a big thing too. Like in interviews, I feel like I interview so well.
I've been told I'm a great interviewee.
Really,
Mm-hmm.
like the one I'm trying to get now is when I talk to him, it's let me talk to you on the phone, let me call you, and then you blow them away with a phone call, and then you get an interview in person. And then you just tell them, you beg for a phone call, you beg for an interview in person, you beg to show what you're made of, and then you beg to stay at the job.
Yeah.
That's like the steps to securing. And I guess I was thinking about this the other day. I feel like before I would always visualize, like, one of those things, God damn it, what's it called? Is like visualizing what you want in life. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm...
Oh, yeah.
There's a word for it, though. I can't... Or, like, a term for it. But anyway. God damn it, bro. I can't think of what it is. But you visualize what you want. Like, have you ever? I think I've told. I think you've seen it though. This guy wanted a certain house, so he got the picture of his house and he put it on his motivation board. And then he packed up and was moving around and doing whatever. And like 10 years later, he opened up that box that he put it in, and it was the same house he was living in. Was
Really?
the picture the same house he bought, and he had no idea. But that's just
damn.
kind of one of those things of manifesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like thinking about something and working towards it. But I feel like a lot of people just kind of think about their goals, and they don't think about the steps that it takes to get those goals. Like yeah, you might visualize being a millionaire one day and doing whatever, but you also got to visualize the process it's going to take to get there and take it step by step instead of just trying to fast forward to this chunk of success. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you
It
mean.
takes a lot.
What
What did we like? What was the topic we started
5-year
on?
plan? 5-year plan.
Okay.
Next question is from Sophie. She got a few. So the first one was reflect on our last semester.
Who asked the 5-year plan question? I'm sorry.
Taylor.
Okay.
It went good for me. I finished with the highest GPA I've ever had. I think that's because I didn't really have any distractions this time around. So.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
Do you know what that is? What he's doing right there? The flag that went up? Or did we talk about that last night?
I didn't even see this commercial.
Okay, anyway, but this semester was kind of weird. I learned a lot about how lazy some teachers are and stuff like that, but
yeah, unfortunately.
it was a decent experience. I would like to I would like to go to a college and like go sit down in a classroom, but I really don't see that happening.
Yeah,
it's just so convenient doing it online.
Yeah,
like, I can do it whenever I want. I can do it on the weekends, especially with
It's
working.
very self-motivated.
Yeah, and I need to work. You know what I mean? I can't just not work. I love I love working though, bro.
Right. Satisfaction to it.
Like there's no
Getting
better
that
feeling
paycheck.
than coming home after working in the cold. Like for some reason, like yeah, those cold days suck. But when you come home or you're in the car home and you worked 8, 9, 10 hours in the cold, busting your ass, bro, that is the best feeling. You're just coming home, getting in the shower, and just decompressing. Like that is the best feeling. I love that.
Is that your Carhartt out there? Your Carhartt. Where did you get it on off the website?
I got it at Baumgart's.
How much was it?
$130.
Is it worth it?
Well, dude, I'm
Like,
hell yeah.
Yeah.
You kidding me? But when it's cold outside, I'll wear thermals, so like Under Armour.
Yeah.
I'll wear Under Armour, and then jeans, 2 pairs of socks, a sweatshirt, a hoodie, the Carhartt, and a beanie, and 2 pairs of gloves.
Damn, 2 pairs of gloves, like a thin pair than a thick one.
Cause it gets below 0 Fahrenheit on the dock. It is freezing. The cold sucks. It hasn't been too cold since about Thanksgiving, so thankful for that. But I mean, when it's cold, and it sucks, man. Can't feel your damn fingers. Can't feel your face. That is the worst too, because you work with your hands quite a bit. You know, building those decks and working the forklifts, and
right.
It sucks, dude. But
next question.
What are the necessary evils?
Is from Sophie. What's going to be different next year?
For school?
Just in general. Everything, probably for me. I mean, shit, we'll be done with school. Starting our second year, most likely. We'll be 19.
Damn, we are young, bro.
Yeah, Daniel and I were talking about that the other day.
What? How much time we have?
Like, there's so much we can do right now. I feel like we should just do it. Pull the trigger, that's what we were saying.
Just
pull the trigger.
Bro. Do something.
Pull the trigger on something, man.
You guys could do whatever.
Do
it all. I feel like that's something I kind of caught on to early. You know? Like, I started business at 16, legally.
Right.
But you could do whatever, dude. There's so many ways to make money and be happy and be successful. So many. And you just got to find one that
you're good at.
or a couple of them and revolve them, you know what I mean?
I mean, and that's another thing too. I think people get misconceptualized is making money or finding success out of one thing and one thing only. Like you look at successful people, they have multiple things and they have multiple ways of getting income. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I mean, as many ways as you could get income flow like that.
Yeah,
Master
true.
it all.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
there's people that invest. There's people that sell things and still work a 9 through 5. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta. And
Find
of course,
more
it's
ways.
about balance too. So.
Yeah, balance is important.
But what's gonna be different at the end of the year? More now than anything, all I want is like assets, bro.
Hmm.
Stocks, a car, or not a car. Stocks, houses, just something, bro. Do you have Robinhood?
No.
Telling you, bro.
Yeah.
It's a great way to save money, make money while it's just sitting there. But
I'm gonna download it right now.
it takes a while to. Here, hang on. I'll send you something, because
Okay, yeah. Go
that's
for
not why I'm telling you that either. But
No.
if you do sign up under whatever thing, then I do get like stocks from it.
it. Oh, cool.
Like
okay.
they'll give you
Yeah.
one Apple stock, and they're worth like $200-$300. So it's kind of
Okay.
just free money.
Yeah.
I don't think you get sell it though. I'm not sure how that works.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just kind of. I hope to just learn more about
Yeah.
learn more and gain experience.
Yeah, acquire more knowledge for sure.
And not even necessarily just like through school or book knowledge or my profession, just something in general. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You ever watch TED Talks?
I do. I watched a lot of them for school.
That's something schools love, is showing TED Talks.
Some of them I take away from, but sometimes
Some
I'm
of them
just
are
like,
so corny, bro.
Yeah.
They do TED events in Denver sometimes.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I've thought about going. It's like $80 for a ticket though.
Damn, really? How long? Is it all day though?
I think it's a weekend thing.
Okay. That makes sense.
They do like a Saturday, Sunday. I feel like they do
Right.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But that'd be something to be dope to check out.
Yeah, it would be.
You know, Kid Cudi gave a TED Talk.
What was that?
Kid Cudi gave a TED Talk.
Oh, really?
It's pretty
Damn.
decent.
That's great. All right, 3rd and 4. It's a close game now, 17-28. Oh,
Oh.
my goodness.
Is that Bobby Wagner?
Yeah. Or is it KJ Wright?
That's Bobby Wagner.
Yeah. KJ? KJ? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
K and then a J. Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Ah, dude, I'm so sore, bro. We went. Me, Tucker, and Daniel yesterday went and kicked some field goals and played football at the water towers here in Brighton the other day. Dude, I was pretty impressed at some of our field. Like, I
Some
didn't
of
think
them-
I'd be able to kick.
We
a
all
field
made,
goal.
what was our longest one?
35 was the one we all
long.
made,
Yeah. So our longest was 35 yard.
and then 40 I could not. Hit
I couldn't.
from.
None of us could.
No, you guys, or maybe 25 was the longest I did.
No, I thought you had a 35.
No,
you
I
had
don't
a
even
30.
know,
No,
bro.
you had a 30. We had a 35.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Dude, those are. Well, I mean, bro, we just got off the couch.
Yeah, true.
Like, we didn't even stretch or anything. We just like went at it.
Bro, if you think about it now, like if we went and did that next weekend, I guarantee you we'd hit from
It's
40.
improvement. Dude, yeah, my right shin feels like I have shin splints.
Yeah.
Like I iced it a little bit today.
Dude, we should do that
Is
every
your
once in a
foot
while.
bruised?
No.
Really, the top of my foot's bruised.
Really?
Yeah, the top of it.
From that overinflated ball.
I know, Jesus.
Dude, we should go do that every once in a while.
Dude, it was fun.
I might get a holding tee.
Oh yeah, I like the ones they actually,
Mm-hmm.
because that's the most realistic.
Yeah.
You know. Oh man, yeah, but
I feel like my whole body's sore too, bro.
are you sore anywhere else? Like, are you sore in your groin or like your hips?
My groin isn't.
Dude.
My hips are, and almost like my obliques, like on my torso.
Oh yeah.
Just from turning that hard, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, dude. Well, we must have kicked like 50 field goals
Yeah.
straight up.
You know what I was thinking about? We could probably get so much, like with a little technique tweaking, we get it so much farther. None of us used our hips.
No, we just used our legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like none of us turned after the kick. We gotta get our
We
hips.
just went
follow through on
Boom.
that.
Yeah, we just did like a little 3-step kick. Actually, I did like.
You guys did like kickoffs, bro. I kick better with only like 2 steps.
Well, you're supposed to only kick 3 steps. You know,
Realistically.
it's crazy.
But
Yeah. Oh man, so sore. All right, that seems like a good place to wrap this one up.
sounds good to me.
Thank you to all of our sponsors. for episode 34. We appreciate it. We will be back most likely this weekend after. Oh wait,
All the fight, bro.
UFC 246. Let's just make our picks. You want to grab the card real quick and we can make our picks as we go?
Yeah.
Let me pull it up. UFC 246 McGregor and Cerrone in Las Vegas, right? Las Vegas?
Yep.
All right. To open it up, you have Anthony Pettis fighting Carlos Diego Ferreira. I don't know who Carlos that is, so I'm gonna pick Anthony Pettis.
Me too.
Second fight of the night, you have Claudia Gadelha against Alexa Grasso. Grasso. I think Claudia. I don't even know who this girl is, but
Alexi, bro, she's a beast.
I think
she's from Mexico.
Really?
She's lost a lot of her last fights, I feel like, so I'm gonna go with Claudia.
Yeah, I was gonna say just her experience and her wrestling background. Heavyweight, you have Maurice Green, dude. You know who that is?
No.
He's got the really big gap in his two teeth.
Okay,
Heavyweight.
I know who it is.
And then Alexei Oleinik. Oleinik, who's got 57-13-1, and this guy's 8-3.
He did the first what is the choke from the front? It's like a rear naked, but it's from he was on top of him.
A guillotine?
This dude had him mounted, and
Ezekiel choke.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
And
Ezekiel.
he did the first Ezekiel choke with no gi in the UFC, but that's insane.
I have Maurice Green in that one.
Yeah,
I've seen that guy. He's got very good stand up for a heavyweight. He's quick.
And that's Alexei Oleinik's kind of weakness too, is a stand-up.
And he's like 57-13.
He's
dude.
old.
That's
He's
crazy.
an old man, bro. He's 42.
And the co-main, you have Holly Holm against Raquel Pennington, and that's a rematch. I think Holly Holm's gonna stick that one out.
Yeah, me too.
Her stand-up is just crazy.
And then
Main event, got Conor McGregor against Donald Cerrone. And did you see that Budweiser thing I sent you? He's got his own can.
oh yeah,
Dude,
and it has all the stats on it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But damn, this is such a hard one to pick. But
Honestly, all right, put favorites aside. If you were a non-biased reporter and you had to make a pick, who would it be? What round? And why?
well, if Connor doesn't knock him out in the first, Cowboy wins.
In the first? Oh, shit.
I'm telling you, bro. Connor's
So
got to
you
knock his ass out.
Okay, so then no ifs. I want you to make a prediction.
Cowboy Cerrone decision.
Okay. I'm saying, I guess if I had to pick one, I'm saying Connor, TKO, 2, second round.
Really?
Yes.
How? Punch?
Yes. Yep. Connor looks good, bro. You seen his training videos?
Yeah.
There's one thing that scares me,
There's
like
so
always,
much-
is his cardio. That's the only thing that scares me still.
that's-
Still the only thing that scares me about him.
And that's especially at 170. And
But also-
that's one thing too, though, bro. Like, Cowboy could choke him out. Cowboy could knock
take him down.
out. Cowboy
He could head kick him, leg kick him. He's everything. But also that's like Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz is a better mixed martial artist than Daniel Cerrone.
Mhm.
Maybe. Yeah. All right. We got our picks in. Now that's really the end of the episode. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. I'm just seeing how many are watching right now. Yeah, thank you to everyone who tuned in for episode 34. We appreciate it. Also, shout out to our sponsors, Surge Spin Beat Bass Cycling, BDS Metals, Accel Electric, and Zingano Jiu-Jitsu Academy. We really appreciate it. If you do check out their businesses, please mention us. It would go a long way. You have anything else you want to say? Just want to wrap it up there.
Man, just thank you everybody for watching. We'll see you guys next week.
Stay blessed.